If Bob is not performing as well as he should, you can diagnose the problem with a simple home checkup test. If Bob fails any part of the checkup test, he may need a replacement part. In this case, please call our customer care center at 1-888-549-8847 for toll-free support in the US and Canada, or email us at support@bobsweep.com. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Remove Bob from the charging station. Make sure Bob is not near stairs, objects, or delicate items, furniture, baseboards, or ledges, as his sensors are not working normally while in checkup mode, and he can fall off edges and run into objects. To put Bob in checkup mode, press and hold the charge button for about 5 seconds until the bot says,
Home checkup mode activated.
Bob is now in checkup mode. In this mode, Bob's Lidar sensor rotates. PetHair Appetite's checkup includes 7 steps. Each step of the home checkup test verifies the performance of a different function on Bob. Switch between different steps by pressing the charge button, and you'll hear Bob announce the name of the test you can perform in that step. Once the desired step is reached, initiate testing by pressing the play button, and you'll hear Begin Test. End each test by pressing the play button again, and you'll hear Bob say Stop Test. To exit the checkup mode at any time, press and hold the charge button. You'll hear Exiting Home Checkup Mode, and Bob's Lidar sensor stops rotating. If Bob is left idle for more than a minute during the checkup test, he will automatically exit the home checkup test. Step 1. Battery. As Bob enters checkup mode, you will hear
Home checkup mode activated. Battery.
Alternatively, you can press the charge button a few times again until you hear
Battery.
Press the play button and you'll hear
Begin test.
If the battery is sufficiently charged, the light ring indicator flashes green. If the battery is not quite fully charged but has some charged to over 10% but below 30% of its full capacity, the light ring will flash yellow. Finally, if the battery is really low in charge, the light ring flashes red. Allow Bob to fully charge overnight if the light ring is yellow or red. If manually placing Bob on the charging station, make sure the charging plates on Bob are in contact with the charging stations. This light ring should be pulsing to confirm Bob is in fact charging. Press play to stop test, then move to the next step. Step 2. Edge and wall sensors. While Bob is in checkup mode, press the charge button until you hear
Edge and wall sensors.
Press the play button to begin the test. To test the edge sensors, lift Bob off the floor about a foot. Make sure the edge sensors are not accidentally covered by your fingers. It's also recommended to remove Bob's side brushes to ensure the edge sensors are not obstructed. Bob beeps to confirm his edge sensors are working properly, and the light ring flashes. Place Bob back on a hard, flat surface. The beeping stops and the light ring stops flashing. To test the 4 groups of wall sensors inside Bob's bumper, place Bob on a flat surface, then drag a thick white piece of paper or a roll of paper towel within a couple of inches in front of Bob's bumper from right to left. The light ring goes through the following states, each state corresponding with one of Bob's wall sensors from right to left. You'll also hear Bob beeping confirming activation of each sensor. The right wall sensor will flash orange with a low-pitch beep. The front right sensor will flash red with a high-pitch beep. The center sensor will be a solid orange with a low-pitch beep. And the front left sensor will be a flashing green with a high-pitch beep. Step 3. Charging Station. Press the charge button until you hear
Charging station.
Place Bob about 1.5 feet in front of the plugged-in charging station with his bumper facing away from the station. Then press play and begin test. As Bob starts to rotate and the charging station and Bob sensors successfully communicate, the light ring indicator takes the following states and Bob beeps upon each detection. The left charging sensor will flash orange with a low-pitch beep. The front left sensor will flash green with a high-pitch beep. The front right sensor will flash red with a high-pitch beep. And the right sensor will flash orange with a low-pitch beep. Once done, the light ring turns solid green to confirm all sensors are in good working condition. Press the play button and stop test, then move on to the next step. Step 4. Bumpers and Wi-Fi. Press the charge button until you hear
Bumpers and Wi-Fi.
Press play to begin the test. In this step, once you begin test, Bob automatically tests his connection to Wi-Fi and reports the results at the end of this step, together with the bumpers test results. To test the bumpers touch sensors, place Bob on a flat surface, then slowly press the right, center, and left side of Bob's bumper. The light ring indicator flashes orange and Bob beeps upon successful passing of each touch sensor. To test Lidar's mini bumper, slowly press the Lidar's mini bumper. The light ring will flash and Bob makes a short beep to confirm Lidar's bumper is working well. Once these 4 touch sensors are tested, Bob's light ring indicator turns green to confirm Bob also passed the Wi-Fi test. If the light ring indicator turns red, it can be one of 2 things. Bob's not connected to Wi-Fi, but the bumper sensors worked fine. Connect Bob to Wi-Fi. One or more of Bob's 4 touch sensors did not pass the test. In this case, Bob won't beep during the test of the touch sensor that's not working. Press the play button twice to stop and restart the test. Repeat this step to confirm which sensor is not working well. Once done, press the play button to stop test. Then move on to the next step. Step 5. Motors. Press the charge button until you hear
Motors.
Lift Bob off the floor or hold him tight to secure his position, as he will move with force in this step. When ready, press play to begin test. The vacuum motor pulses and blows air from the left rear vent for a few seconds, then stops. The left and right wheels and the main and side brushes will also start rotating, to confirm the motors are in good working condition. Once done, press the play button and stop test, then move on to the next step. Step 6. Lidar and charging. Press the charge button until you hear
Lidar and charging.
Place Bob back onto a flat surface and press play to begin test. Place Bob against a white wall and rotate him with your hand. The light ring indicator turns orange as each of the Lidar's 3 sensors detect the wall. Place Bob on his plugged-in charging station. The light ring indicator will turn green to confirm successful charging and contact. Bob will announce
Test successful.
Press the play button and stop test. Step 7. Reset device. If you press the charge button again, you will hear
Reset device.
Note that this is a hard reset of all Bob's data and will erase any information stored on the device. This includes all existing map data, scheduling data, and customized cleaning data. To avoid accidental erasing of Bob's data, use this step in isolation only. Do not press play and watch the hard reset Bob PetHair appetite video for more information. The home checkup test is now complete. To exit the checkup mode, press and hold the charge button. You'll hear
Exiting home checkup mode.
And Bob's Lidar sensor stops rotating. If Bob completes the checkup test without any issues, then his internal parts are working properly. For further assistance with the home checkup test, contact our support team.